Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday, May 4th, and thank you for joining us for this afternoon's live stream with MJ. I am Mary Jo Coulehan, the Executive Director of the Pagosa Springs Chamber of Commerce, aka MJ. We're glad that you're with us today. We have so much information to pass on to you. What's exciting is that the Chamber has a couple of really new programs coming up. We are just weeks and days away from some of our upcoming programs. So I want to start off our show by letting you know what that is all about. Let's start with this Friday. The Chamber will be partnering with Pagosa Springs High School, and we will be having a youth job fair on Friday. Businesses, if you have not signed up for this job fair, there is still time. Please give us a call at the Chamber, 264-2360, and myself or Kim Hartfield, who is our membership coordinator, will be happy to take that information from you. We will start setting up about 1 o'clock at the high school, and then they're letting the kids out of school, and the kids will come downstairs to the job fair, and when they're done, we're done. So it's not only for summer employment. We want to remind people that, some of our business community is looking for interns and longer term employees. So there are seniors out there that are like, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm taking a year off before I go to school. We're looking for employees like that. So parents, if you're listening to this show, just remind your kids, hey, are you going to the job fair on Friday at the high school? Because we'll have businesses out there hiring both summer employment as well as longer term jobs, that some of these jobs can turn into careers for people. The other thing that is happening is on Saturday, May 7th, Archuleta County is also hosting a job fair. That will be at the CSU Extension Office down on Highway 84. That will take place from 9 until 1. Where it originally started out as just employment opportunities for Archuleta County, that has kind of been expanded. So this is more of an adult job fair, and there'll be a number of businesses down at the fairgrounds as well. So, we know that there are a number of different avenues that people can look for jobs. This is another way. And there's actually people there to talk to you. And jobs is sometimes just more than a dollar value. It's work environment, it's career opportunities, it's benefits. And these people will be there to talk to you about what they have to offer with their industry. So, take the time, go out there. If you're looking for a career change, perhaps you're new to the community, this is another good opportunity for you. But again, we know that many of the kids probably aren't watching my show right now, but parents are. So parents, please make sure you get with your kids and have them go to the job fair at the high school on Friday, May 6th, and we'll have a number of employers there available, and there'll be time to fill out applications and talk to someone. The other thing that we're really excited about, an event that's coming up, is the Chamber has created a newcomer welcome service meet and greet. This is going to be held on May 19th, and we're really excited. So for those of you who don't know, the Chamber has started a new welcome service program. We have businesses in our community and nonprofit agencies that have signed up to be on this welcome service program. This event is just for those advertisers and those nonprofit agencies that are in our welcome service program. Now, if you're a business that says, I don't know about this new welcome service program, then you've missed all our marketing for about 6 months. So you can still join. We have a few spaces on there, but this is devoted really to our newcomers in our community. So if you are new to our community and you're watching this show, mark your calendar down for May 19th from 5 to 7 p.m. here at the Visitor Center. If the weather's nice, we're going to move it outdoors to be along the river. And this is geared to welcoming our newcomers to Pagosa. A lot of people are here. They want to know, where do I get my car fixed? And where do I get my windshield replaced? And what kind of banks do I a bank at, insurance companies, services, financial institutions, services that people need when they move to a new community. So we have a number of our businesses represented. They will be here. They can talk to these newcomers face to face, as well as our nonprofit agencies. People want to know, how do I get engaged in the community? How can I volunteer? How can I use my past history, my work history? And so this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach out to our newcomers, welcome you to our community. And of course, the chamber will be there to talk about anybody interested in promoting their business, or if you're interested in starting a business. But we'll be here at the chamber to help our newcomers. What's a newcomer? Many of us didn't get out for well over a year. So if you're new to Pagosa for a year or so, you are a newcomer to Pagosa. Please come on May 19th and pick up your welcome service coupon page, as well as talk to some of our businesses face to face and find out more about our community. We're really excited. We're going to do this once a quarter for a year and see how the traction is and see how interested people are. We really hope that you'll come out, and we'll be talking about that for the next couple weeks. So join us for that new program as well. And again, if you're a business that is not on our welcome service program, please give Kim a call in our office. She'll be happy to talk to you about our welcome service program. So we've been talking about the youth and our job fair here coming on Friday. And also on Friday, it's going to be all about the kids still. And with us today is some members of Build Pagosa, and they're going to be talking about their event that's happening on Friday night. So during the day, we'll have job fair. At the night, we'll be talking about more jobs and what Build Pagosa is doing for Pagosa Springs. So joining us today, we have the director of Build Pagosa, Chris Salisbury, as well as, well, I know it's past, I think it might still be current board president, Larry Ash, who is one of our builders here in Pagosa Springs, and of course, longtime resident, raised his children here, and is giving back to the community in, I think it all started because Larry wanted to retire and said, who's going to take my job? So we've got this fabulous organization, Build Pagosa. And Chris and Larry, thank you for joining us today. You know, what is Build Pagosa? What does that even mean here in our community?
Right. Well, thanks, Mary Jo, for having us. We're really glad to be with you today. Essentially, in a nutshell, Build Pagosa is a local nonprofit founded approximately 5 years ago. And really, it's focused on addressing the largest issues facing Pagosa Springs. What we identified as that largest issue recently, or more recently, is workforce and career and technical training. And as a result, looking at how do we prepare high school students for the workforce in ways that are perhaps a little non-traditional, and definitely focused on the skills and labor and fields that are most crucial for Pagosa Springs and our workforce. So I'll let Larry take it away a little bit here to talk about a little more about our history.
Yeah, so being a contractor here, as well as most other industries in this local deal, we have no young kids kind of following the trades like we did at one time. And there's a number of reasons for that, but we just thought, how can we get kids into trades, get them some skills and all that? So we went to the school board and says, you guys need to create some classes. You know, we need to bring this back into the school system. They said, we totally agree, but we have no funding for it. These are expensive classes with the materials, the tools and everything. And we said, okay, well, if y'all can't do it, we're not going to waste any more time with these kids. They want it now. We said, we'll fund it. This community will come out and fund these programs. And, you know, the school board said, great. Probably some doubts that could happen 5 years later with all the classes we're offering. And we've already had over 400 kids go through our classes. This community has funded it. The very first year, we actually paid the teacher's salary in it. Now the school is actually paying the salary, but the equipment up to now, we've actually purchased it. The materials was mostly donated, or we got it for the kids. So the school has since then have gotten some grants and everything to supplement some of the tool costs and everything, which is great. But we're going forward. We want to support these kids any way we can. if the school, in their budget can't come up with it, we're going to be there to do it. So, the history of it is now, after 5 years, it's proven like, okay, this community has a heart for these kids. And I think it takes to heart to me when it says it takes a village to raise a child. Pagosa Springs is showing that.
Yeah. Well, Larry and Chris, I know the organization kind of started out, as an acorn, and now it's really maturing into an oak tree. And it started out with a very specific directive and career, and now you've expanded. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and starting with the building trades and now where you are today?
Well, I can take this too. We started the first year 2 building trades classes, and we can only get 16 students in each class because of the limitation of the space. And we took it. I think the nicest point about that, I think the school said, some of these kids are looking for something different than traditional electives and everything. And they kind of, said maybe some of these kids won't make it through school, or we don't think, there's going to be a high percent of graduation. We lost 1 student. So that spells volumes to me that we were able to keep kids in it. That expanded when we got a little more room and we got a little more income from donations from the community to a woodworking class. And so now we have building trades 1, 2, and 3. We have woodworking 1 and 2. Going back to the school board, they said, boy, you guys, can you help us in all of our vocational classes, which they call it CTE classes. We said, sure, and next thing we know, we started culinary class. We started drafting class in the future. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We supported some of the other, the welding class. We supported some of the auto body stuff and all that. Now it's expanding to where we want to help, next year, the auto mechanic class. So we bought a 3D printer for one of the classes, because we had the funding to do that. So that was huge, teaching the kids how to work some of this high-tech stuff. Everything's high-tech to me. But anyway, so that's kind of where we have evolved to. And we got big plans for the future that we would like to see come in. Okay. But again, our biggest deal is space. The high school is limited in classroom space, or limited in other rooms, and they've been gracious to give us everything they can. But it really handicaps us for what we want to do in the future.
Sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about Friday's event, and then maybe if we have enough time, we'll kind of sneak and give us a bird's eye view of your plans and for the future, because I know, as Larry mentioned, CTE, or career and technical education, is just huge. And yes, continuing education is not for everybody, but there are careers here in Pagosa Springs that, whether it's in the building trades or a sub or some of the things that you'll mention, Chris, there are good careers that can be had here in Pagosa Springs. So will you talk a little bit about that and tell us about Friday night?
Absolutely. So let's start with Friday, because we're very excited. This is our 4th annual auction, and we are going to be at the Ross Aragon Community Center. Doors open at 5:30. And really the focus of our auction is to bring the community together to raise some funds that directly support the high school career and technical education programs. And when Larry spoke about us being able to fund some of the supplies and materials, in part it comes from these auctions. And in part these auctions go to support our future goals that we have as well. So at the auction, do you want to tell us about that, Larry, what we're going to see?
I would love to do it. So Mary Jo, everybody should appreciate this, is how many kids in the high school get involved. And these are like classes. So we got the Skills USA kids, and that's kind of a club out of the high school. And they take the talents we're teaching them here and go compete against other schools. So they're going to be hosting the event, let's call it. The buildings trades classes have built the playhouses, which we have 13 of them. Cutest thing.
No chicken coops.
No chicken coops.
No chicken coops. Okay, we're on to playhouses. Great.
Those are kids' ideas. They want to build playhouses.
Yeah. So the welding class have done projects, and they're going to be in our silent auction. We have the art class, which actually the kids in the woodworking made those little libraries. I think some communities have seen it, where they're, they might be on the side of the street in front of a building, a little library. The art class is going to paint them up. Our culinary class is actually cooking the food, and it's a taco bar, because Cinco de Mayo, we thought, let's throw that in.
Yeah.
We have the Americana project, which is doing the music again. They did a fabulous job last year. So the kids are actually providing the music this year. And then we have the HOSA, I guess you call it, HOSA, the health occupation. Kids are going to be doing blood pressure and
oxygen saturation levels.
So
I know. So exciting.
So we really, this event, it's not only about the kids are really instrumental in putting this thing together.
Maybe they'll take blood pressure during the auction, and then we can see, when you come in, and then when you're bidding, we can gauge people's blood pressure. There you go.
So Jake Montroy is our auctioneer, and he's actually a professional one. He's a fifth generation Pagosa Springs. He gets the crowd excited. I mean, he knows how to do that. So we got 13 playhouses we're going to be auctioned on live. And we have what we call our mystery buckets, secret buckets, that's filled with coupons and everything throughout the community. And these things are amazing. And the people really get into it because don't know what's in it. So like this year, we have a bucket. And part of the hints is like Mother's Day. And what about her? So, I'm going to go out to the guys and say, guys, if you haven't done anything yet for Mother's Day, you need to do this. I said, and I guarantee you, it might cover her birthday. It might cover Christmas. It might cover Valentine's Day. So one purchase might cover it. So we have a few of those buckets we're going to be doing. And the silent auction is, the woodworking class built birdhouses. These are amazing. These kids get so creative with these birdhouses. The welding class has made stuff that they're in there. And we have a lot of stuff the communities donate.
Great.
People who or just want to be part of this or donate it to do. Paul Hudson has made cornhole sets, and we'll actually be playing before the event starts. He has 3 sets of that. Last year they were a huge hit.
They were.
So, so that's kind of what we're doing as far as the material that we're trying to auction or silent auction off. But this year, more so than any of the other years, we have some special stuff that I think people need to come to be part of it. Recognizing some people in town and something we're doing. I don't want to say everything now because it's going to surprise everybody there. So we have at least 4 of them, and we never really had any of this. And this year, it's just everything has come together at this timing. And I encourage everybody who can be there. It's going to be a special time for this community to show kind of what we're going to be a part of.
So with that in mind, Chris, can people still get tickets? Can they buy them at the door? How much are tickets?
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about, now we've got everybody excited. How do I get there?
Terrific. Excellent. So tickets in advance are $25. And if you go to our website at www.buildpagosa.org, and click on events, you can get to a link. You can also like us on our Facebook page, and we have the event listed all over our Facebook page.
Okay.
Additionally, you can show up at the door, and at the door, the price is $30. And we're happy to have people show up until we sell out. And we definitely have a lot of movement right now. So if folks are interested, please get your tickets soon. We want to make sure that everybody can be there, as many people as possible that can fit in to our building, or to the building. So.
Okay. All right. So I think we need to flip that website address to buildpagosa.org.
That's right. Yes.
But other than that, go on that website and we'll buy your tickets in advance. Are tickets available in advance on Friday as well, or will they be cut off on Friday?
I imagine in the morning we'll have them available,
okay.
but probably not for the afternoon. We'll need to.
Okay, perfect, because we'll be setting up and getting ready to go. I know you guys are, I just also want to say, I hope that my truck is the first vehicle donated to the new automotive class. I just wanted to say that.
Wow.
I have a commitment. So I'm hoping that my truck that I've loved forever is going to be donated to the new automotive class. So I'm super excited about that. So I can't wait to see it when it's finished. And I hope it raises a lot of money. So, but so much has happened. I know you all, let's take just maybe 2 minutes. You all are looking to do a capital campaign and to expand our services here for our youth in
Right.
Pagosa. So tell us a little bit about, is that even open and an option right now for people?
Excellent. Thanks for the question. So in a nutshell, we are working, we've identified one of the biggest needs, and that is space for the CTE programs to expand. Also space for secondary, post-secondary education opportunities and adult workforce training opportunities. So in looking at that as the need, we've identified that our best chance of meeting that need is by building a building. And we're still in the process of that design, but the building will essentially house future CTE and workforce training programs. And the capital campaign is circling around that building, looking at some in-kind donations we've already received for land and things of that nature. And now we'll be looking toward the community and stakeholders to have conversations about what the building will look like, what it will house, as well as how we're going to get to our final goal. So right this second, while certainly we will never turn away a donation because we are fundraising a very large number, we haven't quite announced it because we wanted to make sure we have a few more details in place. But if there are folks that really want to be leading donors in this campaign, we'd be happy to talk with those folks because we are looking for partners to make this happen. But very shortly, we will put huge press out about the building and what we're trying to achieve. And if Larry wants to speak more about it, by all means, jump in.
No, she said it. We need the space. And again, the school, the only way they could build a building is to try to pass a bond. And I've been here too long, and that's really hard to pass in this. And as a citizen here from practically my whole life, I think we need an elementary school first. And then I think we might need a middle school. And then maybe a VOTEC on the order they might look at. To me, we need a building now. And the only way we're going to achieve it is to go out and get some grant money, get foundation money, some donor money to build this building, because we don't want to lose any more kids. We want every kid to have an opportunity as quick as we can, and that by far would be the quickest way to actually get that space.
We've also decided that we have to grow our own as a community.
You bet.
Right? It's so hard to attract folks to move here because of cost of living. And so if we can help make sure that our students coming out of high school and our younger adults have the training they need to be able to fill the positions that people need to have filled, then we're in a better space as a community. So that's why this is the largest issue facing Pagosa that we've identified. Certainly there are many others,
Yes.
but this is our one project, and we are a one project at a time kind of organization. So.
Well, just having recently done a survey with our business community, both housing and workforce development were the top two issues. And so I applaud you all for doing this for the past 5 years. Time has certainly flown. I know this show has been a little bit longer than normal, but it's so important. Our kids are our future. They are our future entrepreneurs and our future business owners. So we need to make sure, as Chris said, we grow our own and we help mentor these young adults. So Friday is all about kids, from the job fair at the high school to the Build Pagosa auction Friday night. Thank you both, Chris and Larry, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And I look forward to Friday night having a blast over there with dollhouses. And I'm hoping that I don't get outbid on one of those mystery buckets this year. So we'll see. I'm going to try again. So thank you for joining us today. And everybody, thank you for joining us today. Again, I said a little bit longer, but what an important issue in our community is workforce development. And so for those of you who don't know what is happening in our community towards that effort, this is just a small piece of what's happening in our community about workforce development. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, also, if there are people out there interested in home ownership, we have a class being put on by Homes Fund this weekend on Saturday, May 7th. It will be from 8:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon at the Ross Aragon Community Center. Homes Fund, who is one of our chamber members, will be hosting this training class. I'm telling you, if you are interested in owning a home, this is the class that you need to go to. You get extra qualifying funding out there for down payment assistance. You also get additional information on ways that you can get loans, and you need to do that through this class. So please look at homesfund.org. to register for this class. I know it's short notice, but it's Saturday. It's well worth your time and your effort. If you are an interested homeowners, a lot of doors will open for you. Thank you so much for joining us today and for hanging with us. We hope it's been informative for you. We have so much more going on the rest of the month. Please join us every Wednesday at 2:30 for our show, MJ, with a live stream. Thanks for joining us. We're hoping we're going to get a little bit of wet weather to keep that moisture in. So keep your fingers crossed, watch out, conserve your water, and join us again next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.